Hello and welcome in to the Erie Tiger Network. Once again, it's time for our second wrestling duel of the night. It's rivals, back-to-back nights of Erie versus Frederick, and we're excited to bring this one to you here tonight as we just saw Frederick throw down a complete and total domination of Holy Family right after Erie did it, so this should be a pretty good matchup. We might see upwards of 10, maybe more potential state qualifiers between these two teams, and that should set up for an exciting one here tonight. Brandon Bird here with you. Fans, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. You can like that page. You can follow us on Twitter at Erie TigerNet or check us out online at ErieTigerNetwork.com. We'd also love if you joined on our team on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network and become a Patreon member for as little as $1 a month to join our ETN fan club or sponsor a segment for $25 a month. We'd love for you to partner with us there. Both teams on the mat, they're shaking hands. We'll get started here in a little bit, but first we'll take a quick time out here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger?
And welcome back in. Once again, we're doing double duty here tonight.
Okay. No, it's open, but I didn't want you to go out there. They're open. I just didn't want them to go out there yet.
So bear with us as it'll sound a little awkward at times for sure. The timing and everything that's going on. Now on the mat for the Tigers at 152 pounds, Branson Royland. Open for Frederick.
And then Michael Espindola. Let's go, Whit.
Now on the mat for Frederick,
Espindola.
Michael Espindola. And for the Erie Tigers, Whit Unruh. All right, so Whit Unruh versus Michael Espindola. And already a 6-0 lead here for Erie after the open weight class for Frederick. We just saw both these teams dismantle Holy Family. And considering their rivals, this should be a good one. Whit tried to get in on a single leg, almost got caught on his back, then rolled all the way through it. Now trying to come out from behind and maybe get the 2-point takedown. And he gets it. So Whit almost got into trouble and then turned it into a positive. Whit, certainly one of the best wrestlers on this Erie team. By the way, joining us on color is Jeff Cardenas. And right now, Whit getting some near fall points here against Espindola. 2 of them coming. Unless he can, and we'll finally award the 2. 4-0 here in this first period for Whit. Now Whit working from the right side. Whit, not only a strong wrestler for this Erie Tiger team, an outstanding academic student, just a hard worker all the way around. To his feet is Espindola, and he gets the 1-point escape with 26 seconds left. Forehead to forehead here with 10 seconds remaining in period number 1. Whit takes a shot at a single leg. Espindola trying to grab the head, similar to what we saw during the first exchange. Time will run out and we'll go to period number 2. talked, Jeff, about the hard work in the classroom, that he's a hard worker. What does that look like in the wrestling room for Witt?
So the nice thing about that is he doesn't try moves that he knows he can't do. He sticks to one thing, but he studies and he listens to all the stuff that each one of the coaches, shows, and he'll stay after and he'll ask questions, and he takes it with him. He doesn't just see something and then just stop there. So, the hard work and the smarts of knowing what your body can do and not trying to do something that your body can't do really helps Witt out.
Witt trying to pull the head out, and he does get the 2-point reversal after starting in the down position, and they will roll outside of the circle. So 6-0 or 6-1 lead here for Witt in period number 2. 1:24 remaining. In this second period, and Espindola is going to get a little bit of work on with the headgear.
Witt's coming on at the right time this year. He took second at the Gary Dom, and he actually won the Frederick Invitational, so he's starting to peak at the right time.
Witt riding hip to hip here. Trying to get to his knees and tripod up was Espindola, but Witt will drag him back to his side here. Witt again just working that right arm of Espindola. Now trying to get some tilt here.
And the thing about Witt is he's relentless. He's not going to just stop when he doesn't feel comfortable with that move. He knows he can drive it over.
There is the tilt. Is the pin coming? 30 seconds left here in the period. Witt trying to finish this one off, and he does. Win by way of pin for Witt Unruh at 3 minutes and 34 seconds. So Witt adds 6 more points to Erie's win total. And a good start here for the Tigers. Where are we? Sorry, I lost mine.
I don't know. Joe.
Bailey West.
Christian's out. Is there nobody there? No.
On the mat for Frederick at 170 pounds. Bailey West for the Tigers Open. Bailey West wins by default. So Christian Hackmeister was the wrestler, and unfortunately for him, that injury in the last match took him out. Now on the mat at 182 pounds for Frederick, TR Kindeval, and for Erie, Dominic Barella. So Dominic had a long match last time on the mat, just about an hour ago. And we saw TR Kindeval make quick work, so might be a test of Dom's conditioning here.
Yeah, we'll see that, because he went, that was the overtime match, correct? Yeah. So we'll see. He definitely uses a lot of muscle and tries to fight it off, so we'll see if he can last all 3 periods.
Wrestlers will rejoin in the center here. One thing we did see with Dom, he seemed to get stronger and stronger as that last match went on. He started behind and then eventually figured out a way to get the takedowns. So it seemed like the longer Dom was on the mat, the more he was able to figure out his opponent. Dom trying to fire in at a single leg. Kindeval trying to go over the top. Still no score, minute into this first period. Barella laying on the leg of Kindeval. Kindeval trying to flip Barella over. They'll still call neutral action. And a 2-point takedown now for Kindeval, as slipping off the leg was Barella. He's in a little bit of trouble and will come back to his belly after 2 more near fall points for Kindeval. So 4-0 lead here for Kindeval, with 34.6 seconds left here in the period. Barella trying to get to his feet and break loose. Kindeval doing a good job of just hanging on and riding Barella back to the mat. Kindeval started to lock the hands, or stalemate.
It's locking hands one.
Okay. Yep. Locked hands, so there is the tech violation. And we are going to need a blood timeout. So while we have a blood timeout, we will step aside here for a little bit on the Erie Tiger Network.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Blood time is over for Barella. And now we'll just kind of tidy up the mat just a little bit. And actually, they're going to restart the blood time. As we used to say back when I was doing radio, we got a bleeder. And so let's see here. I don't think we'll go back to commercial. Shouldn't be too long now. And yep, Barella's going back out to the center of the mat. He'll restart here in the down position. 4-1 lead here for Kindeval. Quickly to his feet was Barella. Got the breather with the nose, and Kindeval tried to get the takedown at the buzzer, but to no avail. So 2-4 going into period number 2. Kindeval will defer on the choice, and Barella will choose to start in the down position. Barella to his feet, breaks free immediately. So back to a 1-point match here. Forehead to forehead, these two wrestlers circle near the center ring. Trying to go in for a single leg is Kindeval. Sprawling out backward was Barella. And a 2-point takedown there for Kindeval. Working the half in. To his feet is Barella. And they'll wrestle out of the ring. Mentioned conditioning already as Barella went to overtime, and Kindeval vanquished his Holy Family opponent very quickly.
And now he's only got one nostril breathe out of 2, so that makes it a little bit harder. Got locking hands again the second time.
Barella trying to get back to his front side, and another tech point awarded for Barella. Is there a limit to how many times you can commit tech points, or can you just keep going as long as they're just 1 point each?
I want to say one more time and it's 2 points, and then another time after that and it's a DQ.
And another blood timeout here. So blood time has started. And while we have a moment for blood time, This program brought to you by our sponsors. Go Airheads. Airheads Soft Field Store in Erie. Give children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience. Unique Battle Zone. Play against your friends and friends-to-be. For more info, be sure to check them online at goairheads.com. Blood time is over. Now we will get started up again here in period number 2 at 58 seconds remaining in the period. Barella tried to get to his feet, was lifted, put on his back. Near fall points coming for Kendeval. Barella does crawl back to his front side, but 3 near fall points awarded, and it's a 9-4 lead now for Kendeval. Barella to his feet, trying to turn around and escape. And does get the 1-point escape. So Barella, he's been tossed around the mat a few times in both matches, but has been resilient. Another 2-point takedown, though, for Kendeval. Four seconds left here in this period. And so Kendeval will take an 11-5 lead here into period number 2. Tigers lead the overall duel right now, 12-6. Couple open divisions. So truly it's only really 6-0 in favor of Erie. Barella will start in the up position here. Kendeval tries to get to his feet quickly. Barella holding on around the waist, and he will drag him. And a stall warning on Barella. Barella again. Trying to flatten out Kendeval, but Kendeval to his feet. And honestly, it just looks like Kendeval's got a little bit more juice in the tank at this point.
Yeah, Barella's starting to show some fatigue right now. He's still fighting, though.
The score here. I'd like to see Barella squeeze the score a little closer here. One of the nose plugs out and on the mat. Barella trying to get the headlock. But Kendeval to his feet. No re-engage.
It's almost headlock time, trying to get him, throw him right to his back and see if you get a pin. Under a minute left.
And a quick single leg fire by Barella. Kendeval did a good job kind of sprawling at the last second. That was a quick fire by...
It was a great shot. He was in there deep. Kendeval just got his hips back just in time.
And they will wrestle out of the circle.
Great effort and scramble, no points. Under 30 seconds, we're gonna see a toss.
And we do have another blood timeout here. And Barella has been in a war so far tonight between the two matches, going to overtime in that first match and then eventually winning by takedown. And watching Barella here as he's coming over near the scorer's table, he is using every second of this blood timeout to catch his breath.
No, he's going to sleep good tonight before the tournament tomorrow, that's for sure.
So 26 seconds left. At this point, got to get your best throw move in if you're Barella. If you're Kendeval, you can even afford a stall if need be. Kendeval sprawling, trying to avoid the single leg shot of Barella. Kendall trying to go between the legs of Barella. 10 seconds left. 2-point takedown for Kendall. And that will turn this from a regular decision to a major decision. So 4 Frederick points will make it a 12-10 Erie lead.
Alonzo Warner and Austin Ojeda.
Now wrestling on the mat at 195 pounds for Frederick, Austin Ojeda, and for Erie, Alonzo Warner. So it's Alonzo Warner. We'll try and get that up on our scoreboard here quickly. There's Ojeda. Alonzo gets the 2-point takedown, now trying to get some fall points. Good to see Alonzo out here on the mat. Always a fun kid to be around, and a 3 points awarded for the near fall. So a 5-0 lead here for Alonzo Warner. Ojeda tried to slide out the side. Warner does a good job gathering. Working the head down in the mat. Running the half here. Now to his knees is Ojeda. Warner will drag him back to the mat. 54 seconds left here, period number 1. Alonzo again with a half in. Switching between right and left. Can't go with both hands, that's illegal. And that's exactly where we were talking about, as Alonzo was getting close to it as he tried to kind of switch back and forth, and then did ultimately
Get
go
the full Nelson, yep. He just needs to slow down a little bit. He can get it.
30 seconds left here in period number 1. Alonzo Warner with the lead. Alonzo now has the half in, gets Ojeda to his back. Warner draped across the chest, trying to flip over Ojeda back to his front side, but near fall points coming for Warner. 3 near fall points, 8-1. Now Ojeda trying to grab the leg. Warner's still working in, and time will run out here in period number 1. An 8-1 start here. And Coach Romero coaching Warner up as Ojeda will start here in the down position. Again, trying to get more near fall points, trying to lock up a pin. Ojeda's been on the ropes throughout this match, and there it is. Win for Alonzo Warner by way of pin at 2 minutes and 31 seconds. So 6 points for Erie. That'll make it 18-10. And we will move up a weight class here.
Let him go out. Let him go out there.
He's got you. He's got you.
John Hernandez.
On the mat for Frederick at 220 pounds, John Hernandez. Open for Erie. Win by default, John Hernandez.
285 open for both.
285 pound is open for Frederick and Erie. Now on the mat at 106 pounds for Frederick, Alex Carrillo. And for Erie, Noah Lopez. So Noah Lopez will take to the mat. And this should be a good one. A couple good wrestlers here. And you can see the difference as they kind of lock forehead to forehead. Carrillo, very long. Noah, well, not quite as so. Especially for 106 pounds.
No, Korea was real tall for a 6-pounder.
Covered a multi-time state runner-up out in Sterling named Jacob Beltran, who was a 106-pounder, and he was probably the tallest 106-pounder I've ever seen. Now, after the winter break, you do get some allowance in that weight.
You get 2 pounds. Yep.
2 pounds, and then during back-to-back days, you get another, pound?
You get each pound for each consecutive day you weigh in and wrestle.
So by the 3rd day of state, you're up, instead of actually 106 pounds, more like 110.
So you're like 111.
111, yeah. 2-point takedown for Carrillo. Or, excuse me, a reversal after the takedown for Lopez. Lopez now underneath. 48 seconds left here in this first period.
And see right there, you see the shorter getting the advantage of the longer wrestler right there as Lopez gets out of that with the quick escape.
Talk about wrestlers and cutting weight, but that last match of your season, what typically do wrestlers, they like to have a little indulgence of food after that last match.
Absolutely. It just, depends on what your favorite food is, and parents and coaches understand that, so they know you get a pig out on whatever it is you want to get after.
5 seconds left here in this first period. And the buzzer will sound. By the way, we forgot to award 6 points on our scoreboard to Frederick for having a wrestler open, and a good matchup here so far. Noah Lopez leading this one as we go into period number 2 by 1 point. Referee was instructing Lopez to stay set down underneath. Arm locked up. Noah trying to fight through it. And is able to escape. So 4-2 lead here for Noah Lopez. Good match here going. Noah will back up toward the center of the ring. Forehead to forehead they go. 1.5 minutes remaining in period number 2. Locking hands. Noah tries to throw the hands. Going at a single leg. Carrillo trying to relock up Lopez. Lopez trying to sneak through. Close to a takedown, and they're out.
That was a solid scramble right there.
And both wrestlers looked like they had a shot at getting the takedown. This is why I like watching the little guys.
Yeah, they twist and turn, and you never know who's got control and who's going to end up on top.
Sometimes you see some crazy momentum swings within a match at these smaller weights. The little guys with speed are able to roll through some things, and before you know it, they are locking a guy up with fall points on the way. Lopez trying to sneak out, get the 2-point takedown. Carrillo hanging on, back to his feet, and they go out. Good chess match. 2 wrestlers with different styles. And it's fun to watch here in this 106-pound matchup. $17 left here in period number 2.
Short time, let's go.
Time slowly leaking away here in the second period, and that will do it. So we'll head to the third period. It's a 2-point match here on the mat. Lopez will start in the up. Quickly to his feet is Carrillo. Lopez will sling him, but there's the 1-point escape. So 1-point match. This next takedown could probably decide this one.
I think it's going to come down to a late takedown under 20 seconds or so.
Forehead to forehead. Carrillo tried to take a shot.
Oh, I need some points.
And they will go outside of the circle. There has been 1 stall warning called on Carrillo, so that could also potentially factor here in this period. And it's been Noah that has predominantly had his back to the inner circle.
You can see that Noah Speed's starting to frustrate Carrillo as he can't use his long length to get in on that leg. Noah's so fast.
55 seconds left here in the third. They'll reset, come back to center. Now Carrillo with his heels inside the center ring. And they'll go out, and a stall warning now on Noah Lopez. So stall warnings for each wrestler. 43.1 seconds left. Another shot in at Lopez. Lopez trying to get the headlock. Carrillo backs his way out of the ring. They'll reset here at 31. Both wrestlers trying to line up a shot, neither getting the shot that they want. To their knees. Lopez pushing Carrillo. Carrillo spins to the inside. Lopez trying to get the takedown and spin around, and he gets it. 2-point takedown there for Lopez. 13 seconds left. He just has to hold on. Lopez with the underhooks in. 5 seconds left. And Noah Lopez will cut Carrillo loose, but it won't matter as he comes away with the victory. 6-4 for Noah Lopez. And the Tigers tally 3 more on the board. That was probably our match of the night right there.
Oh, that was a fun match to watch. Like I said, that takedown in the last 30 seconds, it gave him the lead. He's comfortable to just cut him with 5 seconds left, and we're good to go.
Now on the mat for Frederick at 113 pounds, Cruz Jimenez for Erie Open. So no opponent for Frederick in that one, and it is a now Frederick lead in this duel. On the mat for Frederick, Gabe Carrillo, and for Erie, Rudy Lopez. So Rudy Lopez to the mat. Second time in a row with the Lopez and a Carrillo matchup. Rudy is sophomore. Qualified for state last year, was the lone qualifier for Erie. Hoping a few more of his teammates join him this year. Carrillo takes a shot, Lopez sprawls backward. Trying to get out of the hand fighting and potential headlock that Carrillo was trying to line up. And they'll reset here in the center. Sometimes and we have a bleeder. On the scoreboard, Frederick leads 22-21, but really you measure a duel most of the time. How many matches are you winning versus the other team? Erie has that advantage so far as they have more open weight classes here tonight. That's something Erie, as this program continues to build, look to fill out all those weight classes. Coach Ferreira has spent a lot of time with youth wrestling in Erie. And when we talked with Coach Gratton, he mentioned that youth program that they've been working on here in the next couple of years, going to start paying some dividends for the Erie Tiger Wrestling program.
Absolutely, and it's going to be nice because Coach Ferreira was one of the two coaches that started the Metro, or not started, but was coaching the Metro program. So his other coach is at the middle school next door, Adam Muir, so he's coaching there too. So it's going to be nice to have those kids coming up through the high school.
Adam, a state champion in his own right.
And so is Joe at Centaurus.
Two-one lead here for Rudy. Got a quick takedown, and then there was a escape almost just as fast. Now in on the single leg is Carrillo. Rudy in a little bit of trouble here on his back. Rudy trying to run and flip, and does finally get to his front side. 3 near fall points though, and then gets the reversal. And we got another good one here. Need more Lopez Carrillo matchups.
Right.
Lopez trying to get Carrillo to get both shoulders to touch. Ooh, and they will stop it. Blood for Lopez. So
Near fall though, we got the near fall 3 before.
3 near fall. It's now 7-6. Unfortunate because Carrillo was in a position where he might have gotten pinned.
It was close. I think the little scare that Rudy had kind of kicked him in gear, so we'll see if he uses that to propel him and put Carrillo on his back again, but it definitely gave him a boost of energy right there.
So another blood timeout here. They'll clean this one up off the mat as well.
So what, we're at a minute? 55 seconds.
They're trying to patch Rudy up quick so blood time does not run out. You only get so much time to stop bleeding before you are DQ'd. So here we go, 10 seconds left here in the period. 7-6, 13 points scored here in this period alone. Fun little matchup so far, and that's how we will end this first period. Fans, don't forget to check out our broadcast schedule online at ErieTigerNetwork.com. We will be out at Roosevelt next week on Tuesday for a big-time basketball matchup. And then we will be off for about a week before we see Windsor come into the gym for another basketball matchup. And then about a week after that, we will have some games on Valentine's Day and regional wrestling, one of my favorite events of the year. 2-point reversal real quick for Rudy Lopez, 9-6 lead. Now for him, to his feet is Carrillo, trying to reach back, grab Rudy, and they'll stop it as another blood timeout. Blood time. Always feels like gives the chance for the wrestler kind of behind on the scoreboard, catch his breath, recalibrate, and try and get back into it. But this has been a good match regardless.
We're at 120. Ref, he's a 120. 120.
Tanner David
Mark, 120.
on deck here for the
That's
Tigers.
120. Otherwise, we're keeping it.
This match kind of pretty soon. Not immediately on deck. I just saw him pacing in the background. These wrestlers, notorious pacers. I think it's Gus Fonseca Walker that's on the mat next for Erie.
Yes.
Lopez picks up Carrillo.
I think Rudy's trying to pick up the pace here since he knows he's bleeding
There you go, there
again.
you go.
Rudy with a 3-point lead. In some trouble early in this match, but got free, got the escape, and then kind of turned this match around. Rudy has some near fall points coming to him. Trying to get the other shoulder over.
Settle. Lot of time.
47 seconds left. Carrillo in some trouble here. Lopez just trying to finish him off, and he does. Pin at 3 minutes and 19 seconds for Rudy Lopez. So Rudy Lopez with the pin, and the Tigers retake the lead. Now on the mat at 126 pounds for Frederick Cody Ayers. And for the Tigers, Gus Fonseca Walker.
Hey, Gus, your turn, Gus. Come
So
on.
a 27-22 lead here. For the Tigers as Gus Fonseca Walker to the mat. Gus, one of those wrestlers that could be in the mix at regionals. Be interesting to see how the seeding and the brackets shake out.
Yeah, he had a solid tournament at Frederick, and he's starting to kind of find his little groove. So, like I said, Coach Joe and Coach Van Tyne and Grattan have him kind of peaking at the right time. They've done it for a few years, though, so they know what they're doing.
Coach Grattan getting roped back into coaching. After he said he was retiring, he was done.
He
But
was done
it's
for-
in his blood. He
Oh,
can't give it
you
up.
can't. You see him just itching, always looking, seeing which kids are doing what.
Gus has a hold of both legs and does get the takedown. So a 2-point lead here for Gus Fonseca Walker, and the headgear is off and they'll restart. .108 remaining here in the first period. Tigers lead this duel against their vaunted rivals.
See, there's one thing that Gus can kind of learn from Witt. See how Witt was persistent with that one. Gus just has to be a little patient and kind of finish off a move, not get frustrated or try to rush through something.
Now Gus had a leg caught, but was able to scramble. Nope. They'll give the 2-point reversal to Ayers, and another blood timeout for another Erie wrestler.
Got it.
Maybe just a little higher elevation in Erie or something.
So along with Coach Joe right here, Coach Van Tyne's got a little experience. He's a national runner-up at Oklahoma State, former, UFC before there was UFC, and he's actually one of the UFC judges for matches. So he kind of knows what he's talking about too.
favorite things is between kind of down times during the tournaments, talking with Coach Van Tyne, is he loves wrestling, and he can tell you all about what's going on at the very top levels of wrestling, and he's got a real passion for this sport.
He loves full contact anything, I think. And that's funny coming from such like a nice guy.
So another blood timeout. We're going to step aside real quick, take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill when Erie.
And we faked you out there. We are not taking a prolonged timeout. They're right back in the middle. And it's a 3-2 lead, by the way, for Gus as we roll into period number 2. And yes, we do have more blood time. So they're going to go to the Vaseline to try and stop the bleeding here.
See if he could seal up that inside cut on the inside of his lip.
So 5-point lead as a team for Erie. 1-point lead here for Fonseca Walker. To his knees is Ayers. Both wrestlers being pretty methodical here in this match. Now Gus trying to run his move, and as you kind of alluded to, got a little impatient there and peeled off of it.
If he just had just relaxed a little bit more, he could have finished that one off, I think. Coach Joe looks like he's having some fun going back and forth, trying to put a stop to this blood. Maybe we could get our AD to spring for a humidifier or something, put in the wrestling room.
Yeah. He has been almost as much of a blood maid tonight as he has been a coach on the sideline.
By the time he sits back down, someone else starts bleeding.
Coach Carpenter will have to pay him for 2 jobs here tonight. Minute 8 remaining here in this second period in a match that feels like it's been about 15 minutes long so far. We're only halfway through.
Yeah, barely in the second period, so.
And they will wrestle outside of the circle. Gus will restring the shoes here. Why not? Let's take even more time here.
There's only 3 matches left, but maybe we'll get out of here by 9 o'clock.
Gus trying to chop the elbow and take Ayers back to the mat. Gus seems like he's been close a couple times. He hasn't quite finished a move.
Sometimes he rushes and
to his feet is Ayers, and they'll go outside the circle. 17.5 seconds.
he gets in position. He just needs to let it sink in a little bit more.
And time will bleed out here. I believe that's the appropriate term.
Yes.
In period number 2. 27-22, Tigers lead the duel. And it is appropriate because we've got more blood time. We'll take a time here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in here. They're quick blood timeouts, but they're plentiful. Coach Ferrer looking to the heavens like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're cleaning more blood. 1 point escape there for Gus, and now it's a 2-point lead. Gus trying to sweep the leg there. Circle back toward the center.
I just got confirmation that Coach Gratton is actually watching.
All right,
down in Costa Rica.
Shout out to Coach Gratton in Costa Rica. .120 remaining here in period number 3. Erie Tiger Network. You mentioned Coach Gratton watching in Costa Rica. We checked last year. It has been seen in over 60 countries around the world. That's pretty crazy, in all 50 states.
That's big time for you.
Now, maybe it's only been for about 20 or 30 seconds in some of those countries. I don't know how they stumbled into our stream, but
hey, it counts.
Maybe even there could even be some VPNs that are pinging to foreign lands and back. We'll take it. 47 seconds left and another takedown here for Gus Fonseca Walker, and he seems to be in control of this one now. 4-point lead. At this point, you just can't make a big mistake.
No, Gus has to just control on top, try to make sure he's not hit with some stalling and ride this one out.
Get back on it, Tip. Bring him down.
30 seconds left in this match. Gus lifts, airs high into the air, puts him to the mat, maybe for good here. Only 10 seconds left, and they'll go outside of the circle. Gus, a little slow to get up. I mean, one of those Erie wrestlers that sleeps well tonight. 8 seconds left, and that should do it. So another 3 points on the board in the team score for Erie, and Gus Fonseca Walker will win by decision. And now we'll take a look at our next wrestlers at 132. Luke Ellis.
Logan.
Next on the mat at 132 pounds for Frederick, Logan Rangel, and for Erie, Luke Ellis. Luke winning handily in his last match earlier against Holy Family. Rangel with a solid match too. In fact, Frederick, we saw Erie dominate Holy Family, but man, Frederick really put it to, I think, a winded and deflated Holy Family team.
Yeah, I think Erie gets the assist on that one.
Yeah. Both wrestlers kind of being patient from their feet here. A minute gone by. Neither has taken a big shot so far. When you're on your feet and you're kind of hand fighting like this, typically what are you trying to do in terms of positioning?
So whatever's comfortable for you, or either moving a guy to get a better position on a shot, trying to get a better tie inside position, and you know, prevent him from getting where he wants to be. Kind of just, you know, opposing your will on him.
Rangel takes a shot and a 2-point takedown here. Ellis trying to get to his knees and break 3. Ellis back to his back, rolled through almost for a second. Rangel again trying to tilt Ellis here. Ellis finally kicks through back to his belly, but an arm bar here. And a gnarly one, and Ellis on his back. He's in some trouble, and the clock might have just saved him. So 3 near fall points awarded at the end of the period there to Rangel. Who I think no matter what happens tonight wins the award for best name of the night. Ellis in some trouble again. Ellis trying to roll through. And there's a pin. And I believe that's the first one of the duel for Frederick. So now only a 2-point lead here for Erie, with only a couple more matches left. Next on the mat, at 138 pounds for Frederick, Jonas Sanders, and for Erie, Tanner David. So Tanner David, who, very smart kid is Tanner. Tanner was in the Tiger Times class, which is the writing portion of the Erie Tiger Network, which you can check out at erietigertimes.com. And dropped out because he was flying drones for the second semester. Did a good job that first semester, and then said, hey, I'm in CDC. I can't take this class anymore. So Tanner, the younger brother of a solid Erie wrestler, and Trevor David. Tanner gets taken down here, though, and he's in a little bit of trouble. Tanner trying to get back to his base, and he does, but 2 near fall points awarded for Sanders. And it's a 4-0 lead.
Can't lay there. Can't lay there. Get to a base.
David trying to get to his knees here.
Get some hand control and tear that off. Get that wing off.
David trying to kick over, almost put himself in a real bad position.
Get your head up.
What kind of techniques on bottom are you trying to do to escape or get out of a position like what we've seen Tanner in?
You want to try to just get hand control and get back to your base and start from square one. Once they have that wing in, it's kind of hard to do anything with just one arm. Also keep your hips flat, you know.
Period number 2, 4-0 lead here for Jonas Sanders. David on top here. Sanders trying to get to his knees.
Take him down.
And Sanders close to turning the reversal, and he gets it. So 6-0 lead here for Sanders. Our final match of the night will be following this one. It will be Karsten Odom versus Brandon Andes.
That could be the deciding match.
Looks like it might very well be, unless Tanner can somehow reverse this match and get a pin, and then that would put the score out of reach. .28 seconds left here in the second period.
Not going to gain any points right there. Get up and move.
Tanner trying to get up and break free here to his feet, and then Sanders just kind of tackles him out of bounds. 13.3 here. See if Tanner can't score 1 point. Tanner trying to actually pull a reversal and then just couldn't quite hold on.
Had great position, just
That will end period number 2. So Tanner will start in the up position here. Trying to get the leg in. Sanders plopped down, but his weight's kind of leaning into Tanner. Tanner trying to get the leg in, goes cross face with the right hand. Press the head down, flatten him back out.
he's got both legs in. See if he could stretch him out and get a power half going.
.124 left. Tanner trying to get some roll here. Near fall points coming, and then rolling through it for the reversal.
So he didn't get any near points.
Come on, Tanner, get up.
Was Sanders.
Oh, he was
Tanner actually almost in that position, almost self-pinned. 51 seconds. I've only seen that one time, a self-pin.
Yeah, a lot of guys that throw legs in, if they get real high and you just reach over the top of the head and pull them down and flatten them out.
Two-point lead here for Erie.
What's he got?
But
It should be 11.
11.
they're in a little bit of trouble here. As right now, it would be a major decision for Frederick. That'd give them 4 points and a 2-point lead going into the last match. What else? We had a nail biter in the boys game last night against Frederick, and we're gonna have a nail biter in this duel here tonight. .14 seconds left. We'll go outside of the circle, so barring something really fortuitous for Tanner David.
Go!
He will drop this one 11-0. And that will do it here in this one. So it's time for our final match of the night. Karsten Odom and Brandon Andes.
Brandon?
On the mat, our final match of the night at 145 pounds for Frederick, Brandon Andes, and for Erie, Karsten Odom. Andy's another one of those wrestlers that for his weight class, very tall.
Yeah, I was just about to say another matchup like the Lopez Carrillo matchup. We'll see if Karsten can overpower the thinner, taller wrestler.
30 seconds gone by here in period number 1. No score so far.
No blood either.
Yeah. Odom has a hold of the single leg, trying to pick him up, drive him, and get the takedown, and he completes it. So Odom with the 2-point takedown. Now trying to work the half in. Fans getting vocal in here. This is a tight one. Odom once again trying to work that half. Get the tilt over. Coach Van Tine saying, get the feet over and run it.
With these longer wrestlers, they can twist their body and contort in ways that it's not even fair. Karsten had that one deep. See if he could run it over there.
And for a moment, Andes was on his back, and then he pulls the reversal. And another reversal, this time for Odom. And Andes is in trouble, and he's pinned, and the Tigers win the duel. What a way to finish.
Wow.
Winning by way of pin at 145, Karsten Odom. Tigers win the match by a final score of 36-32. So it was an exciting duel between two rivals, but on the end, it was a crazy pin at the last moment there by Karsten Odom. A special thanks to Jeff Cardenas for joining us, KJ for helping us out on Erie Tiger Network as well. For all of you at home, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you next week as we have basketball against Roosevelt. Until then, we'll chirp at you later. Timothy Ellis, please come to the scorer's table. Timothy Ellis, please come to the scorer's